What's up, family? Americans are having to change the way they live in 2023, and this is not by choice. Americans are being forced to eat less food, downsize their homestead, reduce the amount of required medications that they take, and frankly, live below poverty for some people. And all of this is no secret. There have been many calls to the Biden administration that Americans need help, and they need help right now. Yes, guys, in this latest report right here on thehill.com, it says that you just can't really afford to live like you were before. Here's how Americans are feeling the strain of inflation. And yes, guys, it talks about it right here because of the Consumer Price Index, or better known as the CPI, which cooled off for the 7th consecutive month in January, but came in slightly higher than expectations, a sign that the path to lower inflation sought by the Federal Reserve or the federal government may not be a straight line. But anyways, the Fed is trying to decipher mixed signals in the economy, such as why inflation is dropping amid historically strong job markets. Economists have been focusing on narrowing slices of inflation, such as in the service sector, excluding housing, in order to single out the remaining causes of why we are experiencing these high prices and this high price growth. But anyways, guys, the biggest thing that I gathered from this particular information is that Americans are no longer able to live like they were before. And in fact, some individuals are actually having to do without certain things just to make it by. But anyways, Americans are being forced to have a lifestyle change in 2023, and Americans need help right now. We are seeing things like the 2023 recession is coming very soon. A lot of people are expecting this because the Fed continues to raise interest rates, which is pretty much causing the market to drop down, causing it to crash, causing individuals to lose jobs. As you guys have seen, we have had a ton of job losses just this year alone, and they're expected that they are not done as of yet. In fact, we recently heard from Bank of America in which they are warning that the United States economy will begin to lose 175,000 jobs per month in the first quarter of this year. And it also expects a much harder landing rather than a softer one. So yes, guys, things are not looking good. And like I said, Americans continue to need help right now. We recently heard from AAA in which they have said that the gas prices are actually remaining sort of steady right now, even though they recently have dropped just a little bit more. But again, they're saying that on Monday morning, the gas average price per gallon of gas is around $3.46, which is down about 1 penny compared to last week's average gas prices. But anyways, guys, these gas prices are continuing to stay around the same level, which means that they are not coming down low enough, in which could help the American people, especially as high inflation continues to bother and affect everyone in this country. And then recently, guys, we saw where the Consumer Price Index for food actually shot up. Yes, in 2022, food prices increased about 9.9%. Food at home prices increased around 11.4%, while food away from home prices increased by 7.7%. But anyways, all food price categories tracked by the United States Department of Agriculture, or better known as the USDA Economic Research Service, increased by more than 5%. So yes, guys, the food prices are continuing to rise, and they are not coming down as much as we would all like it to, which really affects our individuals that are on the SNAP benefits program, in which they receive the SNAP benefits every single month. And recently, they were receiving additional money in regards to the emergency allotments of the SNAP food stamp benefits. But the Biden administration called on this to actually end at the end of February, which means that over 3 million people alone in the state of Texas will see a reduction in their SNAP benefits starting in March of this year. But again, again, that is just 3 million people just in Texas alone. In fact, there are around 44 million people in the United States that actually receive SNAP food stamp benefits. And yes, the emergency allotments was pretty much giving Americans on the SNAP benefits program an additional $95 per month. And this has been going on since the pandemic started back in March of 2020. And now it is finally coming to an end on February of 2023, which we still don't know why, because Americans are still struggling from the effects of the pandemic that started almost 3 years ago. And yes, guys, things are not looking good. Americans continue to need help. They are calling on the Biden administration to send help right now. They are looking and waiting and hoping on a federal stimulus check in the amounts of hopefully around $1,200. However, Americans pretty much need even more than just a $1,200 stimulus check. But again, states, on the other hand, have been providing statewide stimulus checks to help the American people. But again, that is only a select few of states that are actually participating in that specific to the stimulus checks for their local residents. But anyways, guys, also those individuals that are continuing to rent their homes or their place of where they live, they are suffering as well. According to the statistics right here, it says that the monthly rent for a 3-bedroom apartment is around $1,284 per month. And then in the state of California, the price for a 3-bedroom apartment rent is going for around $2,400. And the annual change in monthly apartment rent in the state of Florida pretty much went up 29%. So yes, guys, we are seeing prices of everything from goods to services to food on the table continuing to rise more than 10% in every single area that affects all Americans and non-Americans in this country. And guys, we don't see where this is going to end anytime soon. The Fed chairman is continuing to be determined to lower the high inflation in this country, which means that we are going to be experiencing a lot of pain before we get to the finish line, which is going to affect millions and millions of Americans. And yes, guys, in regards to the rent, it says right here that in 66% of housing markets, buying is more affordable than renting. Well, that is the old data, because prices have pretty much skyrocketed since they have released this information on the Zebra.com. And yes, guys, 44 million Americans, households, are actually renters. Guys, this is affecting pretty much everyone out there. And guys, like I said, it is not planning on stopping anytime soon. Like I said, the American people are calling on President Biden and the Biden administration to do something about it and stop sending these blank checks over to Ukraine. We just heard over the last 24 hours where President Biden says that he will continue to back Ukraine as long as it takes. But some take aim at the price tag. What will it cost the American people? What will it cost the United States? Again, guys, you can see right here that President Biden made a secret trip over the weekend to Ukraine, specifically in Kyiv, marking the anniversary of this unprovoked war by Russia, in which the United States is continuing to vow to be a main support system of Ukraine as they continue to fight off and defend their country against Russia, which means that President Biden will continue to send billions of dollars as well as trillions of dollars over to Ukraine, which this does include federal stimulus money as well as equipment, military gunpowder, military ammunition, military aircraft, every single thing that the American people can provide to the Ukrainians to help them defeat against Russia, which means this is going to cost the American people a ton of money, which pretty much is going to push us into even more debt than what we have already experienced, which means that the American people have to suffer in the end while Ukrainians continue to receive aid from the United States. When will they change the way they operate in the government? When will the government decide to take care of the American people first and then decide to go ahead and take care of everyone else? I mean, the numbers are staggering in regards to the amount of homeless people in this country, and we are continuing to send billions of dollars to other countries. When will that change? I know previously the former president, Donald Trump, actually called for a change of movement from the government, from Washington, to focus on the American people first before they focus on any other country out there, which we didn't necessarily see that happen under his administration because, frankly, there was not really an opportunity for us to see that. But now during the Biden administration, we can clearly see that that is not the case. We are sending blank checks over and over every single week, every single month to Ukraine when we continue to refuse to send a blank check to help the American people out, which those are the ones that really need the help right now. Yes, guys, even our Social Security recipients, they are our most vulnerable Americans in this country. And we just saw where their benefits have been slashed because of the amount of SNAP benefits that they actually receive, as well as we continue to see their Medicare premiums go up. We are continuing to see the Social Security benefits continue to stay the same overall. Even though they recently received a COLA increase of around 8.7%, it really didn't matter because of the high inflation pretty much went up 9.9%. So yes, Social Security recipients are actually suffering even more now than they were before the pandemic. So the COLA increase, yeah, it looks nice on paper, but in reality, because of the prices that have gone up on pretty much everything from rent to gas to natural gas prices to food on the table to everything, the increase really doesn't matter that much, guys. But anyway, Social Security recipients are still grateful for the COLA increase. But overall, guys, it is still not enough. We need the Biden administration as well as President Biden to go ahead and approve of a fourth stimulus check to the American people. And frankly, guys, it needs to be at least $2,000 or more because Americans are struggling right now. They need help and they need it right now. Would you guys agree? If you do, comment down below. Let me know your situation, or let me know how you feel about the situation of the United States continuing to send blank checks to Ukraine, as well as the United States continues to refuse to send a fourth stimulus check to the American people. Comment down below and let me know, guys. And then one of the biggest problems that we see is that there are a ton of states out there that are still sitting on billions of dollars of stimulus funds that was approved in the American Rescue Plan. But states have still not decided what they want to do with this money. And I believe that states are pretty much trying to hold on to this money, make a little bit of interest from this money, because they pretty much have until the end of 2024 in order to actually use the stimulus funds for the American people. And it has to be in regards to anything that is COVID related. As you can see right here on the screen, that the American Rescue Plan gave states around $197.8 billion in fiscal recovery funds to combat the effects of COVID-19. And as noted, states, localities, and tribal governments have until December the 31st of 2024 to obligate these stimulus funds, or as many as 3 more budget cycles, which means that they have until December the 31st of 2024 to use this money unless they want to lose it all back to the government. So anyways, guys, when will we see the states actually decide to use this money to give it back to its local citizens, the American people, the ones who deserve it, the ones who need it the most? When will they decide to use that money? Will they decide right now, or will they wait closer to the end of 2024 to use those available stimulus funds? I'll let you guys decide on that information. But anyways, guys, hey, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, hey, that's all I have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the links down below because there are a few offers to you that could be a great way for you to be able to support this channel, as well as opportunities for you to put some extra money into your pocket, earn some free stocks on a brokerage account, as well as receive the Amazon Prime membership for free for 30 days. But anyways, if you are interested, check out the links down below in the description. But anyways, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.